So this particular night, I was walking up and I saw that the area where I was planning on sitting was lit up. It was lit up. And normally, when it's lit up like that, it means that somebody was over there, still there in the building. And sometimes I'll go over when that is, and sometimes I won't. It just depends. There's a weird white guy that's over there that's been watching me and I think trying to participate in the rape. And so I've been avoiding him. So, when I see the lights or stuff are still on over there, I won't go. So, anyway, I pull up and everything's still lit up or whatever. So I decided that I was going to go over to that location just to sit for a second, charge my phone because my phone was dying. Now, whenever they're in a hurry to try to make a sale or rape or violate me, they're always trying to force my hand. So that particular night, when I walked over to that location, they didn't want me over there because that location has people over there cleaning the buildings and stuff. So there's too many witnesses. So they didn't want me sitting there. Because it was going on, I think, about midnight. And they were just like, oh, when is she going to go over? Because the last couple of nights I had gone over to that location, that area there. And I sat from, later than I normally do, maybe one, maybe two. And that pissed them off. Because, they're trying to figure out where am I? And they can't have eyes on me the way they want to without being seen coming over to that parking garage or walking up. So they come over trying to force my hand with that one security guy. And like I said, we had a normal exchange. He was like, I think I've dealt with you before. You can't be over here. And I was like, well, whatever. I don't mind leaving. That's fine. It wasn't more than 5 minutes before those two police officers popped up and was trying to hide like I didn't see them pop up. And then they walked over to the parking garage and came out on the side. And like I said, one of them I've dealt with before when that whole fire department, the female police officer, and that whole debacle. He was one of the police officers involved in that. And the video, if you want to go back to it and look at it, you can see that he was the one talking to me and asking me questions about the cars in the parking lot. So I just want to give you guys a mental vision of why they come over and start trying to use words like trespassing you from certain locations, because those locations for me are safe because there's a lot of activity. There's a restaurant right up maybe about 50 feet away from where I was sitting, and there's people at that particular time still coming out, workers still leaving and going through the parking garage or whatever. So it's not a good area for me to be isolated and violated. So they're always trying to figure out a way to just immediately want to trespass and shit. Like, you have to have a reason to try to trespass someone, dear. You can't just up and say you're trespassing someone just for the sake of it. So I want you guys to pay attention to just how he's talking to me, how angry he is, and how adamant he is to try to push me over into that area where, by the way, I was raped that night. This cop right here. Him. You walk out where? There's a bus sidewalk. It's on the property of this whole shopping center. Security asks us to come on. See this fire right here? I'll walk a different direction. I'm waiting on somebody. I'll walk a different direction. No, if you're being trespassed, then you have to. Yeah. Otherwise, you go to jail. Being trespassed from what? Being trespassed from the property. That's all it is. For what? I guess. They asked you to leave and you refused. No, I just said that I'm waiting on somebody. You're telling me now to leave. And I just said that I'm going to. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I just said I'm going to walk in a different direction. Okay, well, you can't leave until you leave. Hold on a second. That is against the law. But I imagine you guys don't know that. What's that? Yeah, they came over here and tried to bother me because. And that was on the 13th at 1:24 a.m. So that you guys know the dates for that. But they had it all lit. They've got it all lit up. There's like 3 police officers pulled up over there for that one little incident. Just to come over and tell me. They were all surveilling me, trying to figure out where I was, because normally I'm not over in that area that late. Normally I'm over in the area where I was initially going to go. But like I said, when I walked over there, it was not in a good spot. I just want you guys to see how many SUVs were looking for me that night. There's one, two, three. This is on the front of where I was sitting. And I can't be over here on this property. 3 police officers. Really? And that night I was sexually assaulted. And this is one of the potential rapists following me into the gas station. I came in and I was in the back area where the microwave was, and this man was actually looking for me in the store. I'll show you. Look at him. He's actually looking for me, and then he seen me, and I'm looking right at him. Then he turns away, turn and walks back around. Then after I get done purchasing my items, he goes outside and waits for me to leave the store. I'm in the front of the store waiting for me to come out of the store. I don't know which one of these vehicles belong to him, but I hope I see this motherfucker tonight while I'm so woke. I really hope I do. So this was a moment where I was being followed on the bus. And when I got off the bus, there was a vehicle who I was followed while I was on the bus by an individual. And then when I just kind of hung back because he was following me, a vehicle pulled up and proceeded to park and wait for me to decide where I was going to go. Like I said, I'm being tailed a Volkswagen everywhere I go. The license plate is WDJ 852 Alpha A. It's a 4-door. Looks like it's a man and a woman inside the car. It's a guy and a female, or 2 men, Mexican descent. The bus stop is right here. It literally just left. I just got off the bus and I paused here for a second because I'm being followed on the bus by a Mexican American who got off over here on the stop, and I know he was following me, so I held back, and because I paused, the car that's tailing the bus ended up pulling up here and trying to see where am I going, what's she doing. I'm being monitored and surveilled 24/7. No matter where I go, no matter where I am, either it's by police or it's by these regular pieces of dog shit. This is on February 6th at 9:57 p.m. And it's happening because... So last but not least, as far as the videos, this police officer tailed me over to this location, pulled up to this little embankment here, got out of the SUV, walked up to the embankment of that, to that little brick wall there, and waved at me while I was standing right here where I'm standing. Right here. Waved at me. Now, for those of you who know about the Brotherhood and about the Freemasonic Order, a lot of times they try to communicate with you by doing things like that and, trying to communicate certain things. I won't get into what they're trying to communicate, but the boldness, just didn't say, said, I think he said hi and just kind of looked at me like, what the hell? I know you guys probably won't believe that I'm not a cursor because I'm always cursing like a sailor in my videos, but it's because of the boldness of these people. They're so freaking bold. And they do stuff like it's normal. They act like what they've done to me and what they've been doing to me and the things that they put me through and the illegal activity that they've done is okay. And they just want to try to come up and say hello. Like, no, are you You see, it just makes me want to cuss every single time. This motherfucker got out of the car and walked up to this bank embankment here and waved at me like, "Are you fucking serious?" The license plate is HWA6SH, Scottsdale. And that was on February 4th at 12:18 p.m. We're going to do some license plates real quick. C39B, I think that's, yeah, it's B or 8. Let's get a closer look. It's like a B. It's a perp that's been sent to monitor me while I was at the hotel as I was leaving. And I was being monitored that day on January 24th at 11:05 a.m. I was checking out. This man has followed me 2 days in a row of me being at the hotel. And I came into the hotel. I was waiting to check in, and he pops up, looking at me, watching me, trying to see what room I'm going to be assigned. And this is the second day that he did it. He's always trying to act like he's having a conversation with the front desk. Every time I go up in this office, the last couple times that I've been here, and as you can see, he's intensely watching and looking at me, even though he's trying to act like he's having a conversation with this guy. Sitting out in the balcony area, watching me as I was. When I got my room, he was sitting out on the balcony area of his room, watching my door. Like clockwork, coming right in behind me. This was on January 24th at 11:03 a.m. I was checking in, or trying to check in, but they were telling me that I had to wait. So a lot more videos to upload, but this is going to be so far. So.